It's we're still in January, halfway through January, and I'm looking at another article that's just come up, been sent to me. PC stabbed in head, saved his own life by tasering machete man. A prosecutor tells the Obedi that Muhammad Rodwan wanted to kill the officer when he set upon him in East London. And then it continues on and tells you how this PC private constable in Britain saved his life by tasering him. And it's just a run-of-the-mill story until you get to the last page, the second page. When you get to the second page, they interview this Muhammad Rodwan. So I guess he's a convert, or he has grown up in a Muslim family. And they ask him, after his arrest, they ask him why he did it and what was the reason he targeted this PC. And it's his response that really shocked me. His response was, "My life is worth more than his life. My life is worth more than his life." And that's why that article was sent to me. So here you have a Muslim who attacks a police officer. You can see their pictures here. And when asked why he did it, the reason the police officer had even stopped him was just because he was questioning he'd stopped his car to question him about his insurance. And of course, immediately when he was asked to get out, he did refuse to get out. The police officer then tried to pull him out, and the man came with a machete and just started whacking away at the police officer. And the police officer finally was able to get his taser out and stop him from killing him. And that happens often. So this is no different a story than what you would find on almost any night in large cities in Britain and here in the United States. But it's this phrase, "My life is worth more than his life," that interests me. And I like to hear Muslims talk about this, because this has come up also in the grooming gangs in Britain, when asked by interrogators as to why they only preyed on white girls, and they didn't prey on other girls from their own community. They certainly didn't prey on didn't go after Muslim girls or even Asian girls, or in this case of other ethnicities. They only wanted to take and have sex with and rape and drug up these white girls. Why just white girls? And I remember a number of years ago, and I wish I could get a hold of it, because in his response at his trial, he said, because we're superior to them. We are superior to white people. We are superior to Al-Kitab. We are superior to these people of the book. Now, that's fascinating to me, because some of that is, you can see that in the Quran. In chapter 5, verse 51. "Do not take as friends Christians, for they are friends of one another, and he who takes them as a friend is one of them." So you can see there is a reference there in chapter 9, verse 29, where it says, "Make war on the people of the book." That's the Al-Kitab, that's us, Christians and Jews, until they pay the jizya tax, until we pay the jizya tax, which is a very demeaning tax, much higher than the zakat that the Muslims have to pay. So certainly in the Quran, there is this view that Christians and Jews are inferior to the Muslims, and you have what they call the Dhimmi laws, and the Dhimmi laws are rampant, and Dr. Mark Dury has done a great book on the Dhimmi laws. Batyor is probably one of the most famous authors today who's written about dhimmitude and what dhimmitude is like for Christians and Jews, for those who are not Muslims, for that matter, for anybody who is not Muslims. And so this seems to be coming up in his reference. My life is worth more than his life. And I hope this starts a discussion, because this is a little bit troubling that Muslims still today in Britain still believe that girls, young girls who are white, can be preyed upon sexually. And then in this case, when asked why he attacked this PC, he said, "Because my life is more worthy than his life." If this is so, then you can see we're going to have problems with equality. We're going to have problems with people adapting, certainly Muslims adapting and being part of the society that we're in, because we start from the premise in Britain and United States that from the Bible, that we are all equal, and that's in Galatians 3, verse 28. There's no difference between Jew or Greek, male or female. slave or free, all are equal in Jesus Christ. And if we start from that premise, then there's no idea, no sense that somehow we're superior or inferior to anybody else. That's why I love the gospel, and that's why I love to always come back to the Bible, because when you do the Bible versus the Quran, and you can see how people act then, when dependent on where they go for their authority, you're going to get a different society with that kind of equality than one that stipulates that we are somehow superior to others. Okay, this is Jay then. Over and out.